Today we're gonna talk about doing modified modified Jones model, uh, modified Jones model. But instead of doing the analysis through like Excel, we're gonna use Python today. So I'm gonna zoom it in. It's too big. So instructions for setting up the environment. So Python is a programming language, but we're going to use that for, it's used for data science, so we're going to use it to do modified Jones model, because everyone else is doing Excel, SPSS, and Stata, which are some are expensive. This is open source, meaning it's free. It's at first it's going to be hard. Everything at first seems hard, but don't give up. It's simple. So when we are doing Python, or when you're using a programming license such as Python, first we have to create or download the Python environment. So the first thing you can do is go to the website, and if you click on the link, and it will show you here. So what I'm gonna do here, like go zoom in, say download latest version for macOS. Since I'm using Apple, it's gonna say it's free, don't worry about it, it's not gonna charge. It's an open source. You can download Python. So if you're using Windows, just click on this, then it will go to Windows, and whatever version you need, you can just click on it, and it will do the first, meaning it will install the Python programming language in your computer. So next, once that is done, if you are familiar with the command prompt, and if you're using a Windows, I assume most of you all will be using Windows, and if you are a university student or researcher, most likely your computer or the computers you're going to use from the university will have Windows. So just go to command prompt, administrator, and press Windows key on the keyboard, and it will show like the Windows key. Type CMD, that's a command prompt, and it will open. And then copy paste the command like CMD, this one, wingit install id python.3. But if this is confusing, just go to this website and download Python if it's confusing, right? This is just for additional information. Then now this is the language, right? But you need a program like SPSS, Stata. You need some sort of a program to run the code. I'm going to give you the code and everything, but in order to do the analysis, it's like a window, you have to install Visual Studio. I'm going to use Visual Studio. If you are familiar with programming, there's a lot of IEDs available there, but I'm just going to use Visual Studio again. It's from Microsoft, and it is available. I think this is open source or freemium. It's free and built on open source. Yeah, see, it's free, built on integrated Git debugging extension. So this has Windows, Linux, and Mac version. So just use user installer, this one. Click your 64-bit. If you're a Mac user, just use whatever. If you are Intel or Apple Silicon. I'm not going to do all those because it's so the main thing is not to learn the programming language or get this set up. There's like hundreds of videos explaining how to install this, but I'm just going to go into the code. So I'm going to give you these files, right? I'm going to give you these files like this modified Jones model over. And I'm just going to give it you. This is the Python file. So if you open with, once you install Visual Studio, it will be like this. You can see here. Just right click, open with. And if you're doing, if you are on a Windows, it will have the same facility. And open with, use Visual Studio Code, and it'll open on your Visual Studio Code. Okay, it's gonna be something like this. Don't worry about it. So anything with the pound sign is notes, right? Anything without the pound sign is the code. Okay, don't worry about it. Everything is step by step. I have written it. Whatever you need, it's in this file. And if you have any doubts, just um, if you are watching and if you are in need, you have two options. Either you can comment on the YouTube channel, and when I have time, or most of the time I don't reply to the comments because I'm doing something else and everything else. So, but now in this day and age, you are in a good position because since AI, you can just put an error message or ask how to use AI to do it. But I'm going to tell you this can be done with AI. So modified Jones model, discretionary accrual, industry-wise calculation tutorial script. Purpose is the script calculates discretionary accruals using modified Jones model industry-wise for panel data. Required input columns in the Excel. So this is the code to give you the do the analysis, but you need to have the data set. So the data set should have these columns like cash flow from operations, property plant equipment, year, ticker. So ticker is just basically the stock market symbol. If you are using USA or New York Stock Exchange, United Kingdom Stock Exchange, or Tokyo Stock Exchange, whatever symbol it is, just use that. Company, industry, revenue, net income, total assets, accounts receivable, property plant equipment, cash flow from ROA. ROA is it's available in the data set, so I have just put it in. So I'm going to show you the data set analysis. So this is a sheet and it's in an Excel format. Whatever spreadsheet you're going to use, just save it as XLSX extension, meaning Excel. So here it will have the same thing as you can see here. Year, ticker, company, industry, revenue, net income, total assets, accounts receivable, property plant. Okay, let me zoom this a bit. See, now I'm going to zoom a bit. So it's clear now. Okay, so year, ticker, company, industry, revenue, net income, total assets, property plant, accounts receivables. So don't worry about spelling mistakes. Don't worry about whether it's simple or capital, as long as because Python is a very advanced data science. So this is a simple thing for Python to do. So don't worry about this. Any problem, it's fixable by code. So first we're going to import the library. So library is like the formulas or the package which has all the formulas. So pandas, numpy, Statsmodels.aips. So we're going to import them. This is print is another code to print the function. So it's going to print everything. Now steps 2 is the most important part here, because here you have to do some changes according to your file location. So step 2, user input. Modify these values before running the script. Change it according to your file location. So my file location is this: user book, MacBook, documents, YouTube, modified Jones model, data analysis, dataset analysis, .xlsx. So this is mine. So this, I had an error, so I had to put a fix here. So output file path is this. So this part, like user MacBook, documents, YouTube, modified Jones model, just change this part to your location or file location here. And your data analysis, this is another important part. If an analysis period is for 2015 to 2025, include 2014 data for lagged calculations, meaning the T1, T-1, meaning you need the T20, let's say for 2015 to 2025, you need the 2014 data. Okay, so start here and there, change it accordingly. You don't have to change anything here. Load data. So this is df is for data frame. You don't need to understand all the coding. If an error comes into your system, just put it in your comments, someone will help it, or just put it into AI, ChatGPT or whatever AI you are using. Step 4, and step 4 is filter the years. This will do the filtering. Sort data. This function is to sort data and create lag variables. This will do the total assets and whatnot to do the lagging part. Step 7 will calculate the total accruals. So this is the formulas for the accrual values. Calculate and change variables, meaning the revenue change and accounts receivable change. It'll automatically do with this formula over here. Delta revenue, mean delta, it's actually a change. Step 9, calculate PP variables, calculate inverse asset variable. Everything is coded. And invalid data, it will automatically clean up your data set. So missing values and everything will be cleaned here. Modified this steps, modified regression, it will run the regression for this, and the residual is equal to discretionary accrual. So this is the regression equation, but this is for your comments. This will do the analysis, y scaled, adjusted, fixed, and finally combine the result. 13. And step 4, select vital output columns. So it will give you all this column here, data, company, ticker, and finally it will give you the NDA, non-discretionary accrual, discretionary accrual, and ABS stands for absolute. Okay, I'm going to just put A. So ABS is absolute. Discretionary accruals. Okay, so finally this will give you the step 15. So anything with a pound, it's not a code, it's just notes. So ABS is absolute discretionary, this one. And step 15 is the final part where it exports the result to Excel. 16, it just says complete. So now how do I run the code? Now I have the code, I have the file destination here, it's over here. Now how do I run the code? So in this similar interface, you can either go to let me see here. Okay, it's not showing here. Okay, never mind. So just on the interface, you see this play button on the right top corner. So right top corner, you see a play icon or a play button. It says run Python file. Okay, if you click on it, it says run Python file. You don't need all this. Just click on the first option. Just click on this button. It says run Python. You have debugger, run as a task. You don't need this. This is advanced. If you are an accounting or a management student, you just need to know if you hit this button, it should run the code or execute the code. Click in and the terminal window pops up, and it takes about a couple of seconds. There you go. It says everything. Library imported. So basically you see this print function, it just prints this like headings. It will show you where the input, where the output is, loaded successfully, how many rows are imported, filtered, sorted, variables are created, PB variables, invert, rows available for regression, meaning cleaning data, like missing value and everything is removed. And the file is going to be which one? User MacBook Documents YouTube Modified Jones output results. So if you go there you go, output results, open it up, and let's make it bigger. Okay, there you go. That's everything. It has all the columns, and at the very end, let's make this a bit bigger. There you go. So let's make this columns big again, and these two, right? It's the discretionary accrual. So one is absolute, which you're going to obviously use. This is discretionary, so this will be negative and positive values, but always use the absolute value. And if your supervisor or your principal investigator requests, okay, show me the file, show me the code, just show them this. This is the Excel sheet with all this. It took about what, a couple of seconds to do it. So you don't need to worry about anything. Okay, so let's make this smaller. Okay, let's close this. So that's it, guys, and thank you very much for watching. It's simple things, guys, simple. So if you have any questions, I'm going to give you all the files in the description link. I'm going to put everything in GitHub. So GitHub is where the file sharing source. So if you require any questions or doubts, just comment, or you can always use ChatGPT or AI. Thank you.